Hi minions, how's everybody doing? Today we are going to do deviled eggs my way, which is pretty much the classic style deviled eggs. I'm going to give you what I'm going to do, but I'm also going to give you options if you want to add. I'm not going to add everything. So what we're going to start with is organic large brown eggs, okay, mayo, mustard. We're going to do, if you want to add some sweet pickle relish, that's up to you. For those who hardcore love flavor type of people, horseradish. For the next people that like bacon with their eggs, bacon bits. And paprika, that usually goes on every one of my eggs. But these three are optional. I also went and bought a cake decorator to put the mix onto the eggs. And let me show you a little tip. If you do not have one of these, take a simple baggie, put all the egg stuffing in there, cut the tip off of this, probably about, I'd say about that much so it comes out, because you got chunks. You want enough to open up for the chunks. Squeeze it like this, and then you could squeeze it into the egg. So a simple sandwich baggie works just as well. I also got 2 lasagna baking pans, just for serving up, why not? Okay, so what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to boil the eggs until they're ready, and we will see you guys. Okay guys, so now that I spent an hour waiting for the eggs to boil, I have a little tip, and here's what we're gonna do. I am not going to peel these right away. I'm going to let them sit in the refrigerator until they're cooled off. When you try to crack an egg right after it's boiled, sometimes the egg white comes off with the egg shell when you're peeling. So letting them sit in the fridge and letting them cool off is the best idea when you start to peel eggs. So that's what I'm gonna do. So if you don't see me tonight, you'll probably see me tomorrow morning with the rest of this video. Hopefully we'll get this done tonight. So, okay guys, it is the next day. So I've got my eggs. I put this in the fridge overnight so they're nice and cold now and ready to crack. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crack them and I'm gonna set them in this pan, and then we'll go from there. Now that I've gotten the eggs peeled, there's also another trick that I've learned about cooling the eggs before peeling them. Not only does the shell come off easier, but the yolk comes out easier, so you're not digging for it. So I cut these in half, just like so, and I'm able to squeeze it right out, okay? And so I'm gonna continue squeezing these out, just like that, and once I get done, we'll come back. Now that I've got these cut and peeled, this is what they look like. They're halves, and I had a little bit extra, so I had to bring out a plate, but look how beautiful this looks, how deep it is. That's gonna be awesome. So I've got the egg yolk in a bowl, a mixing bowl that I usually use to mix. We're gonna do 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Now, some people like more, some people like less of mayonnaise. So right now I'm gonna start with 4 tablespoons, and if I need to add more, I'll add more. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of mustard. I like to add just a little bit more, so I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon of mustard to give it that extra flavor. Perfect. Okay, next we're gonna do salt and pepper. They usually say a pinch. I just do a little bit over a pinch, and my husband likes the mix, so we put salt and pepper together, so it's already easier instead of doing separately. So I'm just gonna drizzle some, just like so. Perfect, don't need a lot. And a pinch, not a lot, of paprika. That's about a pinch. Okay, so I'm gonna mix all this up, and once I'm done mixing it, I usually use, anyway, you mix this up with a fork, you smash it in like you do with like avocados and stuff when you make avocado dip, which is another video I'd like to show you as a tutorial. but you're just gonna smash it all in like this and continue mixing until it's fully mixed all the way around, and just keep smashing until all the yolk is not as chunky. I'll show you the mixture after. So this consistency is really dry. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's very dry. I don't like the dryness of this consistency. And that's why I said some people like more. And for me to squeeze it out easier, I usually like it nice and, what do you call it, gooey, not so dry. So I'm just gonna use my discretion and just add maybe like a tablespoon more mayonnaise, which that is about a tablespoon more. And I'm gonna continue mixing this until it gets to my consistency, and then I will see you in a minute. Okay, this is what it's supposed to look like. Nice and creamy. And so I got a cake frosting decorator, and I'm going to use that, but I remember the tip I showed you with the sandwich baggies. You can do that as well. And it probably could be easier for most of you, but I want to try this because I like this tip, and I want to make the eggs look fancy. First time for everything, right? I'm going to stick this spoon up as much as I can of the egg. And put it in here, just like you do frosting. Okay, so now that I've got all of it in here, we're just gonna squeeze it till it slightly comes out like that. And go in a slight little circle, and voila. Look how fancy they look. Makes it look very nice and elegant, like you put a lot of work into this, and it's really simple. With the sandwich baggies, they won't be as this fancy, and that's why I got this, because then you can be fancy with it. And this is the perfect Super Bowl snack. People love deviled eggs. Also, sometimes there's gonna be a chunk, so be careful squeezing it out because it could come out fast through a chunk. So I'm gonna finish the rest of these, and then we will see it after I'm done. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Deviled eggs. And so what the last step is to add some paprika, and you're just gonna lightly sprinkle it on top to give it that little boost of extra flavor. You don't want a bunch. And voila, there you go. Mama Minion's deviled eggs. If you want, and I'm probably gonna do this later, you can add bacon bits to the top, add more flavor if you like bacon. Or in the mix of the eggs as you're mixing, if you like sweet pickle relish, you can add sweet pickle relish. If you like that type of thing, sometimes people like that with tuna and egg sandwiches with sweet pickle relish. That's the way people like to do it. So adding it to the egg mixture is a good idea. These are all optional. And last but not least, for those who like strong flavors, horseradish, you're only gonna do a teaspoon. Not more than a teaspoon, because then it'll be too overwhelming. You can do only a teaspoon of horseradish in the egg mix and then add it to the eggs. So these three are optional. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. And let me know if you guys make this. Send a video, send a picture, post it to Instagram and tag me on Instagram under momsblog80. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's Super Bowl, and we'll see you guys all next time. Ciao. Bye. I can't help it. Okay. Okay, now that I've got it all in there, time out. You don't want a lot of paprika because you don't want the eggs to be spicy. Don't use your teeth. So apparently I didn't change my shirt. So we're gonna keep it that way to make it look like it's in one day, right? Did it stop? Sounded like it.
You told me to keep focusing.
No, I know. I heard a beep. I thought it stopped. A little bit. On how long? People know how long it's supposed to boil. If you do not... Ready?